Anthony, what do you have over there?
Well over.
You were talking about Nixon or something, or George W.?
Constant search for news. That's what I am. Mr. News now. You know, Bush, President-elect Bush, he's trying to get his peeps in place. You know, much like the management here at NEW. And he's picked for Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld.
All right.
Now, you might not know who this guy is, but he used to work with Richard Nixon many, many years ago. And they found some tapes of him talking with Dick Nixon. And some of the conversation, wow, a little abrasive with where the blacks are concerned. Back then, very turbulent time, Opie. And who was it? Agnew, Spiro Agnew, Nixon's vice president, went to Africa. And while he was in Africa, he started saying stuff like, the blacks in Africa are much smarter and much nicer than the blacks that we have over in America.
Yeah,
now, that would be pretty much a career-ending statement.
Sure.
But he went on for a little longer till the tax evasion stuff got him. But Nixon then commented on some of Agnew's comments. And as he did, this guy Donald Rumsfeld was in the room with Nixon. And, of course, Nixon had all of his tapes going. Nixon loved to tape record everything. So as he's talking...
So there's tapes of Nixon saying the stuff you're about to say?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was talking, and this Rumsfeld guy just kept saying stuff like, yeah, uh-huh. Like he didn't want to elaborate on anything, but he was saying, yeah, yep, uh-huh, yeah, after all these Nixon comments. Now, a couple of things he said. Newspaper cited that it said Agnew's unflattering comparisons between African and American blacks, saying that African blacks were smarter, too, he said. Nixon said, that doesn't help. It hurts us with the blacks. He was always trying to get a relationship with black people and young people, Nixon. So he said it doesn't help with the blacks. It doesn't help with the rednecks either, because the rednecks don't think any Negroes are good. Oh, that's what he said. So this Rumsfeld guy now is getting in a little bit of trouble for just saying, that's right, I know, that's for sure.
Chris has some more info on this. Hey, Chris, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Oh, well, he was right what he said, man. You know, like, hell, 1 minute they're swinging from trees, next minute they're driving behind the Lexus and all that. Not you, Opie, but, half of the other ones selling their drugs and all that.
Well, Jesus Christ. People now agreeing with Dick Nixon. Just out of the tree. Ben Stein, come here and write me a speech about the colors. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, they're just out of the trees. Y'all gonna make me act the fool, Spiro. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool. Up in here. Where's Trisha? Look at this. Rumsfeld, get over here. Check out my bling bling. I bought Ben, my new sports writer, some bling bling and some ice. Oh boy. Where's my bling bling? Checkers, I'm cashing in Checkers for a new dog. I want a Roddy. All us homies use Roddies. Look at me, I live in D.C. Pretty ethnic. Now my Secret Service bust a cap in your ass. They're just out of trees, Earl. I'm from Oaktown, G. I popped 2 cops because they didn't give me my props. Where's Ben, my Jew speechwriter? Try to spin this in a positive light. I think they're just out of the trees, the colored. Come on, Ben, spin it and get some ice from your old pal, Tricky D. Tricky D's taking you all to Mickey D. The color just out of the trees, Ben. Where's Kissinger, my head Jew? Yeah.
Bring my ride. Look at my hoopsie is tight. Ben, take a ride in my hoopsie. Y'all gonna make me lose my creep. Give my wife a 40. She could split it with that drunk Betty Ford. I'm Big Dickie N. Let me pour some out for my homies.
Wow. Tricky Dick. He always pops up, man. I could spend an entire day listening to his tapes. I know I could. Wouldn't that be fun? Listen to him talking to Haldeman and Dean. And
talking out his age.
Oh, my God, would that be fun?
Liddy, give me some info on the colored. I know those black painters are out there. Liddy, I want you to break in. You're part of my plumbers.
All right. That's insane.
Plug the leaks. Get rid of these tapes. I talk about the colored and the Jew.
He was out of his mind.
Liddy's giving me mad props. Mad props. He was bald before it was styled. The Negro stole it from Liddy.
You gotta love it. Shaheed, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up, Shaheed?
Yeah, man. I don't even know how to begin this, man. You know, you white people are kind of funny, man.
What's up?
Let me tell you how you guys are funny, man.
Yeah, go.
Just out of the trees, man. Do you remember a time in history, in European history, when you guys couldn't even bathe, man? You guys remember them days, man?
We're not...
Dude, remember those days when you guys were in the caves of Europe, man?
Dude, we're talking about Nixon.
Nixon said that.
Oh, yeah, I thought Tricky Dick was in the studio. That's what I'm talking to.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what?
You guys were in the caves of Europe?
Yeah, and we were still miles ahead of you. Come on. Yada doodle. There, it's fixed. What? No, look. I'll be honest with you. I've heard a lot of revisionist history on both sides. What the hell was Farrakhan spouting about that big wheel up in space? Did you hear that one?
What wheel in space?
Farrakhan said that there was a big space station wheel that was in space many, many years before even written history that was full of black people. And black people were so ahead of the game that there was a big wheel up in space. And you know, while we were in caves...
Can we go Black to the Future and confirm this?
Let me tell you about it. Let me just tell you about something here. I'm Earl from the future. I'm Black to the Future. And let me tell you something. There was indeed a big wheel in the sky. And it turned out to be River Now's big Volkswagen hubcap medallion. Just a reflection. But there were black space people. My favorite movie, Martian, is what the show was called. It was a big wheel of a government cheese. That's what it was. Black to the Future. It's not a DeLorean. It's an old Cutlass Supreme. That's right. I'm Black to the Future. Black Earth from the future. Every so often, I gotta come back and let you people know what's going on at WNEW of the future. I'm Black Earth from the future.
All right. Well, there you go. Some Nixon conversation.
There you go. Tricky Dick. At it again.
Let's pop my speech writer. Write me a speech where I can denounce the fags without sounding like I'm against them. No one can know the real Tricky Dick. I have Tricky Dick as a name. That's what I said.
Wait, he starts talking about a TV sitcom?
He loves the subject of gays.
Yeah.
And he goes on talking about him. And Haldeman and Ehrlichman are in the room all nervous, not talking, because they know he's a kook. So he starts talking about a sitcom of the day. You might know it, All in the Family. Here's his little comment on the show.
Archie's sitting here.
And he said this. This is on the tape.
Right.
Archie's sitting here with his hippie son-in-law, married to the screwball daughter. The son-in-law appears to go both ways.
The guy writing this says, Nixon seems to have concluded against all evidence that meatheads are bisexual. Possibly,
how about less TV and you know, pay attention to the country?
Right. At that point, I think reviewing All in the Family.
Meathead. He had meat in his head. Who has meat in their head, Bob? The fags. Other men's meat.
Possibly it was the length of his hair Another character on the show, Nixon reports, is obviously queer, he says. He wears an ascot and so forth.
Oh, he's right there. I've never seen a straight guy wearing an ascot. Name one.
An ascot?
Oh, how's that for a topic?
Exactly.
Liddy, break into my buttocks like you did the Watergate. It's rain and jizz, and when I want a little chocolate man love, I go over to the Jefferson.
The president is outraged at this filth that it should appear on TV.
Right.
To the point that, this is what he said.
The point that I make is that, God damn it, I do not think you glorify on public television homosexuality. You don't glorify it, John, any more than you glorify whores.
That's what he said.
Three's Company. A fag and two whores. Look at the show. Jack Tripper, obviously a faggot. He's got two beautiful women, and he never them. Not once, Bob. Because he's a fag. And then Furley's the gay guy. Furley fag. So Jack Tripper, and then you got the two girls, the blonde and the brunette, the whores. The whores, Bob. You don't glorify this on television. Jack Tripper should be f***ing them, because I don't want fags on TV, but if he's f***ing two women, that means they're whores, and I don't want f***ing whores on television. What, the country wants me dead? Who cares? I'm reviewing sitcom. My three sons. Is he even the father or groping these young boys? It was my three f***ing fags.
It was Uncle Charlie.
Adam 12. 12 boys named Adam. What was it about? Medical center. Handling the AIDS virus. I know it's not out yet, but it's coming. Nixon knows. And don't get me into the Brady Bunch. The father's f***ing the children.
Oh, come on.
He is. I talked to Greg Brady on the Opie and Anthony show. Mayberry RFD. RFD stands for ram your f***ing in me. Flip Wilson, another word for a Bonanza sounds like boner.
What about Fantasy Island, the Love Boat?
I think I had already been kicked out of office.
Okay, right.
But we could use some liberties. Don't get me started on a show like the Dick Van Dyke Show. It's got Dick and Dyke.
What about Leave It to Beaver?
Leave It to Beaver.
Here's one.
At least it's conventional sex, but I seem to believe Beaver has something to do with whores. And, Bob, I don't like whores.
Mm-hmm.
Cannon. You know what a cannon is?
Yes.
Another word for a big, large, usually on a black man. Those spooks have big ones, Bob. The spooks got big, Bob.
Well, that's a stereotype, sir.
I don't care what it is. Nixon knows.
The stereotype the black man doesn't mind. All right, go ahead.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. Well, it gets
the ascot. Right.
no offense to you, because that's some funny stuff, but it's even funnier in the print here.
The president asserts that America is in jeopardy from the Archie Bunker gay thing.
I don't want to see this country go that way. You know what happened to the Greeks, Bob? Homosexuality destroyed them.
He did not say
He said it. Can you listen to this?
Sure, Aristotle was a homo. We all know that. So was Socrates.
He said Aristotle was a homo. That's a quote.
We all know that. How do we know that? So
we
is
know.
Socrates.
You know what the Greeks are about? Sex. Sex day and night. You like the bang, bang, bang.
Apparently Aristotle and Socrates were gay.
That's right. Come on, Henry, dance with me.
Here we go.
Come on, Bob. Wake me up, and let's go homo. We'll be like Socrates and Aristotle. Let's wake me up. We'll both go homo. Me off when we go homo. Me off. We'll go homo. Bob, let me assert you then. Jesus Christ was a fag with his long hair, but he's better than the Jews.
Whoa! Ho, ho. All right, it gets better, because now he talks about the Romans.
Yes. Ehrlichman interrupts to reassure his boss. Socrates, he says, never had the influence that television had. Can you just believe these men, the most powerful men in the world, having this conversation and putting it on tape? So Ehrlichman says Socrates never had that influence, and Nixon jumps in, precisely. Nixon's on a roll, lecturing like a history professor. Do you know what happened to the Romans?
Oh, no, here we go.
These are quotes. The last 6 Roman emperors were fags.
Oh, the F does he know that?
Spaniard. Me. Come on, Henry Kissinger, grab your hook friends. Let's dance and have gay sex like Socrates. I'll be Aristotle. You be Socrates. Me. Nixon hard. Where's Pat with her one breast?
Wait, he talks about the popes next. Oh.
You know, Pat only had one breast. I used to try to... I cursed!
Wow!
Come on, you had to know I trip up sometime.
Very good.
Wow. Every time I tried to Pat, that don't work, does it?
Yeah.
Every time I tried to TF Pat, you only had one, I'd fall off the bed. Nothing a hodo tricky dick in there. Yeah, the Romans, all the last 6 emperors are fags.
Yeah.
You know what happened to the people?
No, to
the popes. Misprint.
Okay.
It's all right that popes were laying the nuns. Roman emperors, fags, popes laying nuns.
He had to be high.
Film at 11.
He had to be high.
Someone laughs nervously. Nixon bulls on, not a hint of humor in his voice. That's been going on for years, centuries. But when the Catholic Church went to hell in, I don't know, 3 or 4 centuries ago, it was homosexual. The whole church was homo. The Romans, homo. The Greeks, homo. Meathead, homo. The guy with the ascot, homo. Now that's what happened to Britain. It happened earlier to France. Britain, France, fags. That's right. Come on, Ehrlichman. Let's line dance. You can dance. You can dance. King me in the behind. Oh, see my suck my dancing queen. Oh. Don't be afraid, Henry. Show me your feminine side. So he said the Britons and the French, all fags. That's why they're not as big an empire as they were at one time. Then he says the Russians, goddammit, they root them out. They don't let them hang around at all. You know what I mean. I don't know what they do with them.
They don't let the Russians...
The Russians don't. They send them on missiles to us. We're getting all the Russian fags. I always liked ABBA. I always liked them, Bob. Sing with me. You are a closet queen, young and sweet, stick your in me. I love this song. Closet queen, feel the heat from my in you. Suck my sticking it in my behind. Oh, see my, suck my. Come on, Bob. Come on, Hank. Get out of here, Pat. You one bitch. You're half a woman now. I don't have any use for you. I'd rather feel up Liddy. And as far as drugs go, he goes, do you think the Russians allow dope? Hell no.
Yeah.
Not if they can catch it. They send them, you see, homosexuality, dope, immorality in general. These are enemies of a strong society. That's why these communists and these left-wingers are pushing it. They're trying to destroy us. And I guess here's where that portion of tape ran out. Dick Nixon in tape from 1971.
Wow.
Gays, drugs. For some reason, every country on the face of the earth was a fag nation. We all know the French one.
I think even you can agree with that today. French fags. Don't get me started on that TV show, The Streets of San Francisco. I won't even watch the show for fear of age. I know it's not here yet, but it's coming. Kojak. Jack what, Mike? Yes.
What about Courtship of Eddie's Father?
About a man having sex with a young boy. Starsky and Hutch, 2 fags. Fags. MASH. MASH what, Mike? In your... Yes. MASH. You know what it stands for? My ass sure hurts. MASH. The Dukes of Homo.
There you go. More fun from our pal Dick Nixon.
Always fun.
All right.
Good evening, ignorant pigs. Put down your crack pipes and your beer bongs and pay attention.
Well, I'm a virgin.
Hey!
The Opie and Anthony Show.